Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you are having a fantastic day so far. In today's video I'm going to be getting into my very first order from the Pastel Roses. This is a UK indie brand that I had never even heard of until a couple of weeks ago when I first tested out cosmic brushes and I asked for your recommendations for what I needed to buy from other UK indie brands and what indie brands you recommended, and I got a few comments about the Pastel Roses, and then one of my lovely followers found me on Instagram and she's been sending me so many swatches so that I could figure out what eyeshadows I wanted, what I wanted to try. So that is what we're getting into today. I've got my very first order from them and I'm going to be swatching everything that I got and I'm going to be trying something on. Just for a little bit of background, it is currently 8:41 in the evening. I am getting ready to like wind down for the evening, but this order came today and I was like, I need to get into it immediately, so let's do that. I have already like sliced into all of the sellotape so that, you know, because that just takes me forever to do. So that is a little thank you, a little leaflet about an eyeshadow palette. I didn't get an eyeshadow palette, but I mean they do look beautiful. The Rose Delight eyeshadow palette, you look pretty. Maybe in my next order. Let's see how we go with this one first. So there's tissue paper on the top and then everything is bubble wrapped. So I did get a pick and mix bundle thing for the flake pigments, opal flake pigments I think. So that's what's in there, and then I did just get some little individual eyeshadows that I'm going to have to purchase a magnetic palette for. I don't think I've got one, but I'm most excited about the pigment flakes, so let's get into this one first. So it comes in like a little tuck shop sweetie bag. I love that. And then, oh my goodness, these colours. I can't actually remember what I ordered, but look how pretty. And I don't even know how to use these. I can't lie to you, I don't know how to use these. They are like loose pigments. So let me just go through every one of these. Oh, there's 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I only ordered 4. Oh, it says free gift on it. That makes sense. So this one was a free gift, which is very kind, of course, and this is in the shade Pegasus. I'm gonna get that absolutely everywhere, but look at that colour. So these are like Duochrome Multichromes, I think. So do I just like tip this? Yeah, apparently I do. Okay. This is so exciting. I love anything shiny, so let's see. Okay, so I think I'm going to need, like I said, I don't know how to use these. I think I'm going to need some sort of primer on my hand. I mean, you can see it a little bit, but I think I'm going to try and find some sort of grippy primer to put on my hand to swatch these, because otherwise I don't think I'm being very fair. Like, I would use an eye primer on my eyes, so let me find a primer. So I'm just going to put a few pumps on the back of my hand of the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer, and I'll just swatch over the top of that rather than straight onto my skin. Like I say, I don't think I was being very fair there. And these will obviously need some sort of, like on the eyes, they're going to need some sort of glitter glue, adhesive of some sort to really grab on. So I'm gonna give it a good go. I don't know what I'm doing though, just FYI. Never ever know what I'm doing. Okay, so that's the e.l.f. primer all sunk in, and I'm going to try this again. I mean, it looks beautiful just on my finger. There, can you see? Like, it's really shifty. So, let's see. That's showing up so much better. I feel like I need this little stopper out, actually. I feel like that's hindering me somewhat. Or maybe I just need to use a brush. Maybe I just need to use a brush. You are watching me in real time learn how to use these. I'm gonna tip it out into the little lid and I'm gonna use a brush. I don't ever know what I'm doing. So there's that. Okay, that's working so much better. Like, actually picking up quite a lot of product on a brush. Look at that shade, please. When that catches the light, that's like electricity. Look at that. And that was the shade that I didn't even pick. This was a free gift. Did I even say what this was? It's Pegasus. Can you tell it's like the end of the night? I'm usually in bed by 8. I don't know what I think I'm doing. So then the rest of these are ones that I chose myself. So we've got Mist. I mean, if you can't tell, there's definitely a theme with me. I love lilac. I am just loving lilacs and purples. So that Pegasus shade is definitely one that I remember looking at, and I remember thinking that that would be one that I could pick, but it wasn't one that I did end up picking. But I'm thrilled with it. So let's try Mist. This one looks a lot lighter and almost like it's got a bit of a turquoisey reflect to it. And this one is like chunky, like in a beautiful way. But look at the reflect on that. It is like so many different shades all at once. But it's definitely quite different. So I wonder if it is. Some of these were chameleon and some of these were opal, and I can't remember what was what, but maybe this was a different one to the previous one, and that's why this is almost looking, I was about to say chunky, but that sounds as if it's a bad thing, but where you can see all of the individual different colours and different reflects in it. I'm wondering if like one of these was chameleon and one of these was opal. Possibly. Then we have got Sleepwalker, which again looks quite chunky in the pot there. And again, I don't mean that in a bad way. I absolutely do not mean chunky in a bad way. I love chunky. I am the dictionary definition of chunky. So I love a chunky glittery eyeshadow, okay? This one looks a lot more, and not a lot more, but like I can see a lot more green in this one. Oh, I'm not necessarily getting a great deal of green on that swatch. I mean, it looks beautiful. It does look quite similar. I found it really overwhelming on the website because there were just so many beautiful options. I'm absolutely not mad at that, but it is quite similar. See, now I'm looking at that on my hand and I'm like, Sleepwalker looks similar to Mist, but Mist looks greener. What's the science behind that? I do not know. Then next up we have got Pastel Clouds, which again looks similar. I'm not mad at any of these looking similar. I just want to make that very, very clear. And obviously I picked all of these. The only one that I didn't pick is the one that looks most different. So I'm glad that that was in there. But I love the look of this one as well. Oh, I just tipped way too much out into the lid there. That one looks beautiful too. That one is leaning more like of a bright purple, like when it catches the light. Can you sort of tell the difference there? I feel like when it's not catching the light, it's bluer. And then when it is in the light, it's almost going like a brighter purple. Really beautiful. I am so impressed with these. Now, I've got so much product that I've just tipped out into the lid there. What do I do with that now? Try and get it back into... Oh, yeah, that's worked. No, we're okay. Saved it. Good for me. Trying to not make too much of a mess. And then we've got the last one, Mirage. And this one looks a lot pinkier, but like it's gonna shift to green. And that looks so, so pretty. So just wiping that brush off on my pyjama leg, as I always do. I'm like working this into my skin a little bit more, like pressing it in. But I can tell you, this is like a rainbow on my hand, and I really, really hope that you will be able to see, as I can see this in real life. This one here, I absolutely love that shade. Oh my giddy goat. I need that all over my face immediately. Mirage. I absolutely adore that. So I do also have, I mean, we're only halfway through. I've also got 4 little individual eyeshadows, and these are just pressed shadows. So we've got the shade Magical. I'm going to have to keep these little bits to keep these in until I get a palette to put these in, but this is Magical. And let's swatch. Oh, she feels smooth. I mean, I'm not really being very fair here by swatching that next to that flake one, but without seeing those, that is a beautiful duochrome. I feel like that's really not fair, me swatching that next to those loose ones, but that by itself, and I do feel like these are going to be more user friendly because I can just use a brush with these. So that Magical, beautiful, like a pink to green shift. Then we've got Daylily, and let me tell you a little story whilst I get into this. I basically only bought this, I can't remember what this shade looks like, but I basically only bought this because my wedding dress was called Daylily. But she is also beautiful. That's like a peachy gold, beautiful shimmer. I feel like I need to put more of that primer on for this to be fair because all of those were swatched on that primer. I feel like it's only fair to swatch these ones on a primer as well. I don't normally like to do that, but for science and for it being like 9 o'clock in the evening, I'm allowed to do what I want. This one feels a lot softer. Oh my giddy goat. I know I keep saying giddy goat, but the goats are giddy. I've lost my mind. My mind is lost. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna wear that shade every single day. I have just swatched that in the worst place possible as well. That is peach but also it is reflecting every single colour of the rainbow. I don't even know if you can see that. Let me stand up. Don't even think you can see how reflective that shade is. No, I don't think it's showing up. You're just gonna have to take my word for it. But that is coming up. As I'm looking at it from this direction, I can see lilac, green, yellow, orange and peach. I need more recommendations because I am going to be going... I've lost the little thing. My mind, it's here. I am going to be going online and buying basically everything from Pastel Roses. As soon as I'm done filming this, I'm getting way too excited considering it's my bedtime. So then next up we've got Aurora Borealis, which is broken. Oh my goodness, no. Oh, it's broken, but look how beautiful it is. Oh no. Oh, but she's so pretty. I'm going to have to email them because that is the most beautiful shade. Can I show you that in there? Oh, that is so beautiful. I'm so sad. I am so sad. I'm going to email them about that because I need that shade in my life. That looks incredible. Right, let me close that up before it breaks even more. Obviously these are like very soft shadows. Like I can feel as I'm swatching them that they are incredibly soft. So let me just put that back in there and put that somewhere safe. So the last one that we've got is Antique. Ooh, and this is like a lot more green. Like I was wanting something that was like green and gold, like antique gold, and I absolutely love the look of this. And again, it feels incredibly soft to swatch, and that is exactly the shade I was hoping that was going to be. Green, but when it catches the light, I feel like I'm doing these swatches in the most horrific place. Why can't my wrist twist more? Can you see? As that catches the light and goes peachy, I'm about to lose my mind. My mind is no longer in here. It's gone. It is gone. Okay, so like I say, I've got, clearly I've got my brows on and I've got eyeshadow primer on, so I'm going to go ahead and zoom you in and we can play. I mean, I can put all of these on because I'm going to bed after this. We can play. Okay, so I'm going to preemptively put my little reusable eye patches on just in case there is a ton of fallout. Like, I'm guessing with the flakes there probably is going to be. I already have an eye primer on. I feel like I've put these on wrong and they're like digging into my eyes. I already have the P. Louise eye base on. I need to just start this one again. Yes, I already have my P. Louise eye base in the shade 1. Already got that all over my lid. I don't necessarily feel like that's going to be sticky enough for those flakes, so I have also brought over a glitter glue. This is the Sample Beauty glitter glue. I would love to know if you think I need the Pastel Roses one. Is that actually going to improve the wear and application and everything of like the flakes specifically? I would love to know. So I'm just going to take a big fluffy brush first because I feel like I can't do anything on my eyes until I've got a little bit of bronzer or something through my crease. This one isn't sticking. We're just going to move on. So I'm just going to put a little bit of my Made by Mitchell bronzer through the crease so that that's there, and then I can start on these eyeshadows. I'm so excited. I really shouldn't be getting myself this worked up about makeup this close to my bedtime, but here we are. So that's just a little bit of bronzer through the crease. I desperately want to try that Daylily shade because I just keep looking at the swatch for that. I think what I'm going to do today is I'm going to use that Daylily shade, and then this flake, was that Mirage? I'll put this on first, Daylily, and then I will see how I feel about that glitter glue. I think I'm going to need a glitter glue. Like, I can't see how these would stick without a glitter glue, but I've just got a little bit of that Daylily shade. Oh my goodness. I just absolutely love this shade, and considering the only reason I bought it was for its name, like literally the only reason. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. My mind is actually blown at how a UK indie brand, like, this is a small brand, and they are managing to create this level of product. Like, my mind can't even compute. But then, like, the big brands, you know, and don't use L'Oreal because it's not cruelty free, but you know, the big brands that you find in Superdrug and Boots, and they are coming out with the most mediocre eyeshadows, but they've got the people to create formulas. How? Start the debate. How? I need this shade all over my being. That peachy, warm, yellowy shade and the reflect. I can't cope. I simply am not coping. It's gone absolutely everywhere because I'm so excited and my fingers are huge, so I'm not being very precise with it. But let me go back in with that blending brush. That has stuck to that eye base really nicely as well. I feel like these shades, the pressed ones, will work well just with a regular eye primer. I think it's the flakes. Like, I'm gonna need something strong for those. So I'm gonna just use a little bit of the Sample Beauty glitter glue. And how do I want to do this? I mean, I don't want to. I want to just leave it as this, but I feel like I need to. I'm just going to put this all over my lid, just tap it on, and then fluffy brush, tap it in. So I'm just going to take a smaller fluffy brush and dip into that Mirage little pot and tap that onto that glitter glue. Look at that shade. It's like oil on water, but also pink and green. I absolutely love that. I mean, it was never going to be the easiest thing to use. I was about to say it's not the easiest thing to use. I knew that it wasn't going to be coming into this, but that certainly is something incredibly special. I really hope that you can see how that looks. That is beautiful. Okay, let me even myself up. I feel like I've got even more on that side. There wasn't as long in between applying that glitter glue and then putting the flakes on. So I feel like I've got more of the flakes on this side. And I'm just gonna keep tapping this in because I feel like they're almost transforming into a foiled sort of effect as I am like tapping them more, like blending them in. So I definitely think I need to invest in a proper glitter glue, because that one on this side, where I left less time in between applying the glitter glue and then stamping those flakes on, that has gone so much more reflective and foiled. There was a little bit of a wait. I mean, it still looks incredible on this side, but it's definitely more on this side. And I will say I'm not feeling any sort of irritation in my eyes. I do have very sensitive eyes, so I was worried about the flakes, like, not scratching, because they wouldn't be allowed to release them if they were scratchy, but I was worried about them being near my eyes, but there is absolutely no need. They are fantastic. So I'm going to take these off. Like I say, they were just there to help in case there was a little bit of fallout. And obviously, like, there is, because they're a literal flake of product. So I'm just going to wipe underneath here. And now all that wiping has left my under eyes looking nice and red. So I'm going to go ahead and finish off the rest of my face. I'm going to get glam at 9 o'clock in the evening, because why not? So I will be back when the rest of my face is done. Okay, so I did go ahead and put a little bit more of that Sample Beauty glitter glue right on the inner corner, and I packed more of those glitter flakes, the pigment flakes, onto the inner corner. And I think that this is giving me festival vibes. This is giving me, like, you know, those cool girls that you see, absolutely not me, but, you know, other girls that happen to be cool, and they are wearing like glitter and ripped denim shorts at a festival in the summer with their wellies on. I absolutely love these. They're so reflective, and I really hope that you can see, like, when I'm moving and like as the light is catching, I really hope that you can see how reflective these are. In fact, let me turn off my big softbox lights and see how this looks under slightly less light. So I don't think my camera is going to enjoy being under, this is just my ring light, but you might be able to see the colours a little bit better just under low lighting. Like I say, it's 9:30 now. I've been playing for a long time. It is completely dark outside, and this is just under my ring light. I don't think my camera will be focusing, but I'll show you the swatches anyway. I'll show you what they look like, again in very low light. They just catch the light so beautifully. I feel like these ones, the pressed ones, are showing up better under the low light. Like, you can see the reflex. That green one, I cannot wait to play with that one some more. That one looks incredible. Right, let me put all of my lights back on so that my camera stops freaking out. So, first impressions of the Pastel Roses makeup. I am so impressed. Another brand. I can't believe it's taken me so long to find another fantastic UK indie brand. I would love to know, please let me know if there are any other UK indie brands that I need to know about, because clearly these are right up my street. I absolutely love anything glittery. I am Millie the Magpie. I absolutely love anything glittery and sparkly and duochrome and pastel-y. I absolutely love it. So do let me know if there's any other brands that you think I need to try, and is there anything from the Pastel Roses that you think I need to get in my next haul, because like I say, I'm gonna be sat in bed in approximately 15 minutes after I've washed my face, and I'm going to be trying a load more products from this brand because I'm speechless. If you made it to the very end of this video, I just want to say a massive, massive thank you. It means the absolute world to me when you watch my videos, you spend a little bit of your day with me. It does not go unnoticed. It really does mean the whole entire world to me. If you got to the very, very end here, I would love it if you gave this video a big thumbs up. You can leave me a lovely little comment down below, maybe even click the share button, share it on your Instagram. If there's other people on there that you think might enjoy my videos, then please do send me their way. But until next time, thank you ever so much for watching. Bye.